Welcome to Natural Habitat Adventures Daily Dose of Nature. Today's topic, Borneo Through the Lens, a rainforest photo adventure presented by NatHab Expedition Leader Harsha Jayaramaiah. I'm your host, Rob Mess. Thank you for joining us here today. Harsha, over to you.
Thank you, Robert. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this webinar. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. My name is Harsha. I'm from India. I've been guiding for NatHab for over 12 years now, and I'm really excited and happy to take you all along to Borneo, one of my favorite places to guide, where I lead photo expedition trips for NatHab. Like I said, I'm from India and I lead trips in South Asia, many trips in India, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and Borneo. I've been guiding for nearly 20 years now, and Borneo is a very special place. And I always look forward to go to Borneo on these trips. Uh, in this trip, in this webinar, what I would like to cover is a short introduction about Borneo and what camera gear one would require or helpful on this trip. Few challenges which usually we face during the trip, some simple photography trips in the rainforest, and I'll be going through all the photo expedition locations where NatHab is going to take you all if you're visiting Borneo through NatHab, and also the possibilities of viewing and photographing these wildlife. Where is Borneo? Some of you, of course, must have checked where is Borneo or you're already aware of it. But what I've heard from many of the guests who travel with me, when have told their friends or relatives that they're going to Borneo, many of them have asked them, "What's that?" or "Where is that?" So here you can see map of Asia, South Asia and Southeast Asia, and here is Borneo, the island right there, north of Australia, and here is the map of Borneo. And a lot of people don't know that Borneo has three countries actually, and most part of Borneo is of Indonesia, what we call Kalimantan, and East Malaysia, and very small country called Brunei. We'll be traveling on photo expedition to Malaysia part of Borneo, which is right here. You can see my arrow. We'll be in Kuching and Sandakan in this area on most of the trip. Borneo is fantastic location. It has the oldest tropical rainforest in the world, over 130 million years old, and it has such beautiful trees. The vegetation is mind blowing. Some of the trees are over 200 feet tall, and one of them is over 300 feet, which was recently recorded. Apart from that, it has one of the highest density and diversity of plant species in the world. From rainforest to mangrove forests, it also has a mountain called Mount Kinabalu, which is over 13,000 feet. With this kind of habitat, it also has very varied wildlife, a lot of amazing biodiversity. From very tiny bat here to the left, this was photographed inside a rolled up banana leaf, and to the elephant. And the insects are amazing. The diversity of insects, the size, color, texture is mind blowing. Bird life, There are over 600 species of birds recorded in Borneo Island. And it's not just the bird which flies there. Interestingly, Southeast Asia, Borneo, has amazing diversity of mammals which can glide. They call it flying, but they actually glide, as well as other creatures. For example, this is a short clip uh, of a flying squirrel, giant flying squirrel. Look at that. They can just glide and travel through the rainforest to reach from one tree to the other. And there's another mammal which glides similar to the flying squirrel is this interesting creature called flying lemur. It's actually not a true lemur and it doesn't fly, it glides, colugo or flying lemur. And it's not just those creatures. We have lizards to your left. It's called Draco or flying lizard, which jumps from the tree and opens its skin from the side and glides from tree to tree. And not just the lizard, to your right is the flying snake, which again jumps off the tree and actually it can glide through the forest to reach to the next tree. And not just there are flying, gliding frogs, gliding geckos as well. Borneo has amazing primate diversity from really small, what we call Western tarsier to your left, which is really, it can fit in your hand, to really, really large ape, the orangutan. Not just this, one of the most interesting primate in Borneo is this, one of my favorite monkeys, the proboscis monkey. Very interesting looking and very photogenic animal. And to look for this, we walk through the boardwalks into the forest or rainforest on the roads. And we also go on the canopy walks. We also take boats to look and photograph these creatures. So, to photograph what works best, what we have seen, you have a lot of kind of camera gear now. This is what I use, and this is really good camera, Sony RX, which is a bridge camera. It has a wide angle to zoom up to 600 mm. It's compact, it's easy to handle. I switched from DSLR. I still have the SLR camera. I carry this because it's easy in the field for me because most of the time I won't be taking pictures. I'm assisting all our guests who travel with me to take pictures because it can be really challenging in the rainforest, going through the dense forest, trying to help them spot the animal and to get a better view. This works really well. One drawback about this camera, these kind of prosumer camera, is ISO from 400 to 800 works pretty good. After that, it pixelates a lot and it doesn't fast focus. However, you have now mirrorless camera, and the latest ones are fantastic. It's very fast. Uh, Also, ISO, you can shoot up to 2000, 3000, 10,000, 15,000 ISO, and you can still get fantastic shots with less noise. And if you have noise, you can do post processing and remove it. So, mirrorless cameras are doing really, really great, and it's great for these kind of places. For this camera, I always suggest to have a good lens. The zoom lens works a lot. Anything about 200 mm, 300, 400 is really helpful. Whatever you can carry, hold, and shoot. Zoom lens is really important on this trip because not always we see animal closer, and wide angle of course for the landscape. And if you are into macro photography, The last 3 days we spend in the rainforest, that's the place, and your macro lens will come into hand. And but zoom lens or telephoto lens is really important on this trip. And a good camera strap, a sling strap is really helpful because it's easy to carry. You can leave the camera on the side or behind you when you wear a raincoat. It will to protect it from the rain. So if instead of just putting on the neck, sling straps helps a lot. Tripod, lot of guests asked about this on a photo trip, especially Borneo. Tripod sometimes can be challenging. However, we have seen our travelers, our guests use it, and it's really helpful. And if you're used to it, then bring it. If you're not used to it, if you're buying a new one, then buy it much before you come on the trip. Use it well. Get used to the all how to dismantle it, how to fix it, how to fix your camera and the lens on it, and to carry it. Because when we walk through the forest, if the tripod is really heavy and you can't carry it, you'll be struggling a lot than enjoying and photographing the wildlife. So only if you are really, really used to uh, tripod, then bring it. It can be used in many places. Apart from tripod, you have monopod. Again, if you are really used to monopod, then only bring it. Don't just buy and immediately come on this trip. If you're going to use the monopod, buy it well in advance or hire it, and then go to nearby area, try to use how the monopod and tripod works, get used to it really, really well, and then come on the trip. Then it will make a big difference. Uh, Cell phone, of course, those are the camera equipment. Your cell phone is also, you must have realized by now, it's fantastic. The latest phone comes with amazing features with good zoom, good macro, and good wide angle, and you can really take fantastic shots. To your right, it's a beautiful insect called moss mantis. Look at the clarity and the picture you can get from cell phone. This is photographed from cell phone. Cell phone is fantastic to carry. It's easy to put in your pocket if it rains, and you can get ready very quickly to take pictures from your cell phone. Uh, in this trip, we'll be actually spending decent amount of the time in the forest. So the challenges are the light. You will be shooting many times into the dark, and what happens is that the camera thinks there is very low light, and it compensates by overexposing the image. So many times you get a shot like this if it's in the dark. So you need to dictate and work on your exposure compensation. That means it's always good idea to underexpose, uh, and you get a clear, fantastic shots once you start using your exposure compensation, that is underexposing or overexposing and trying it out. You might end up getting really, really nice shot. And uh, light is very low inside this forest, so high ISO helps a lot. And we have a great opportunity in terms of composition because you can move around your subject. This is a flying lemur again, or a colugo. This is a nice shot. However, because there's so much dense vegetation, if you move around and shoot through the leaves, it gives a fantastic feeling, like a bokeh effect. So we have this great opportunity on this trip to experiment things like that, and some of the creatures do stay for a long time. Again, open, beautiful, handsome male orangutan, and you just move around and shoot through the leaves, and it gives a nice forest effect. So some of the few things, especially in the rainforest, which we have to keep in mind. And during this photo trip, uh, we keep suggesting is to check on the exposure, try to keep it underexposed, high ISO for the faster shutter speed. It's always good to get a crisp, focused shot with noise in it than no noise but not a sharp image. So high ISO always works, and white balance in this tropical region of Borneo, cloudy and daylight gives a very good result, and always the wide aperture. And always we suggest to look at your pictures whenever you get time after taking few images, so that you can check the exposure or the composition. So always preview your pictures in the field. And of course, we need to protect our gear constantly. It always rains. We guides who lead trip to Borneo, we always say there is a rainy season and a rainier season, and lot of humidity. So there are good chances, no, very high chances of your camera getting fogged up once you come out of your air-conditioned room. Uh, so we always suggest to keep your camera nicely wrapped inside your bag and away from the direct AC vent, so that when you come out of your room due to humidity, it doesn't fog or very less fogging, and it goes up very quickly. Um, Now, I would like to take you through the itinerary where this photo trip is designed uh, to get as much as chances for viewing and to photograph wildlife at Borneo. We start in Kuching. Uh, it's a beautiful small city happening. Kuching means cat. It's also called Cat City. We stay in the city, and it's nice to walk around. There's these beautiful murals to make pictures everywhere. Here, we stay here and we go visit Samengo Wildlife Center, where they rehabilitate rescued orangutans. And here we get a chance to see them close. And at the beginning of the trip, you will get a chance to experience the weather, the challenges of viewing and photographing wildlife. And this is a great place to start. There are feeding center where orangutans come in the morning and the afternoon, where the rangers put out some food. These are rehab rescued animals from illegal trade or accident or from poachers. And when they're successfully released back into this small patch of forest, some of them do come back to this feeding center, and we can see them and photograph them there. And you will be presented sometimes with amazing opportunity. And here is a chance for us to take try to get good pictures in the forest. Of course, they are found in the open, but sometimes inside the forest like this. And here we have some time before they move away to make some good pictures, so that you're ready when we see them in the wild. And next day we go to Bako National Park. This park has so many different habitats. Actually, all the kind of eco zones found in Borneo is found in this small national park, from the beach, mangrove forest, to tropical rainforest, everything in this small national park. So we walk on the boardwalk here. We do a lot of walking on the strip, uh, looking for wildlife. And this is a place where we get to see and photograph these very amazing creatures. To the left, the snake, the Bornean keel pit viper. and to the right is very weird looking the bearded pig. Also, this is a place where we get to see and also get to make good pictures of the flying lemur and also the other primates like silvered langur and look at the young one of the silvered langur, so different from the adult. And there are the small troops here which are habituated and they're used to humans. Sometimes they pose, and this is the place you might even see your first proboscis monkey. They're not shy. If they come down from the trees, if there's a good light, we get a great chance to photograph them like this. Otherwise they do spend a lot of time on the trees. They're mainly leaf eaters, so they're constantly feeding and moving around, and we have some good chances to see this animal at Bako National Park. And also on the beach, there are this beautiful limestone formation. This is a place you need your wide angle lens to take the pictures. Look at those markings and the color. From here, we go to northeast part of Borneo called Sabah. In that area, we spend considerable time of the trip right here. First place we visit is Sepilok Forest Reserve. It's a beautiful rainforest again. Here we go to Rainforest Discovery Center, which has really sturdy, big canopy walk, which is almost a kilometer long. And we go in the evening to see the flying squirrel, and they come out as the sunset and they glide from tree to tree. But sometimes they do come out and sit in the open, and we get to see them. Look at, and when we go on this, both wide angle and zoom lens works fantastically. If you have two bodies, it's even better. Just to look down from the canopy walk and to see the different kind of leaves and the texture and the colors, it's really beautiful. And like I said, sometimes the squirrels come out and we get to see them. And apart from that, we have good chances to see some interesting birds like this hawk eagle. And the next day, we go to Bornean Sunbay Center. We have a private tour with Dr. Wong, who started the Bornean Sunbay Center. Uh, Bornean sun bear are well, the smallest of all the bears, and it's endangered. It's very difficult to find them in the wild. And here, the rescued ones, we get to see them pretty easily, and we get a great tour by Dr. Wong or one of his team members. Uh, and this is a short video. Oops. Okay. So, and sometimes we get to see them like this sitting on the tree, and we can watch them and take the beautiful pictures. And right next to us is Sepilok, again, Orangutan Rehabilitation Center, where we go visit. They have a small nursery. Here we are inside the air conditioned room, and outside it's like a jungle gym for young orangutans who were orphaned by poaching or other activities, and we get to see them play and interact with each other. Photo opportunity inside this center is challenging because of the glass, but there is a feeding center outside where we again get a chance to see them up close, to take great pictures and also see some interesting behaviors. Next place from there we go is Proboscis Monkey Sanctuary. These are wild monkeys. However, because of them, the mangrove forest was protected. This is inside the oil palm plantation, and every morning they come to the feeding station again. They just spend few minutes there and they go off. We had to be there at the right time, and here we get to see them pretty close and also look at these young ones, which are sometimes difficult to see them in the wild or photograph. Here we get a chance to see and photograph this young proboscis monkey. And it's in the mangrove patch, a mangrove forest. So we see them playing in the water, and sometimes, actually not sometimes, most of the time, we get to see these handsome males in the troop which just sit and pose for us. It's a great place to see them close by and to make some fantastic images. And this is a place, not just monkeys. Every place we go, we have opportunity to see lot of different interesting creatures. When we go look for the proboscis monkey, here it's the best place to see this mud skippers. Look at the dorsal fin of this mud skipper displaying. Look at the color and the pattern. So there'll be constant something or other to watch and photograph on this trip. From here, we go to Kinabatangan Wildlife Sanctuary, where we stay in two different locations. One is Kinabatangan Wetland Resort and Sukau. And both of these places offer very interesting diversity of wildlife. Some can be repetitive, but opportunities are amazing. We explore by the boat, and we do go down, up and down on the river Kinabatangan, where it is influenced by the sea because we are very close to the sea. So the tide affects the salt water, seawater comes in during the high tide, and low tide it goes back. So there is a lot of mangrove species in this area in terms of plants and wildlife. And sometimes we can have this fantastic blue sky and to make wide angle pictures with the great reflection, and within few hours it can change into cloudy, and it can just rain still. It gives a great photo opportunity for us. And this is a place we see very interesting primate. Again, this is the same silvered langur, but a light morph, very interesting creature. And other primates like crab eating or long tailed macaque, they spend a lot of time on the trees as well on the ground, giving us opportunity to view, look at the behavior, and to photograph them. On this photo expedition, what makes it special, unique, is that we spend a lot of time with the creature. Anything we come across to make good images. While doing that, we actually get to see the interesting behavior as well as opportunity for other interesting activities to happen. So we spend a lot of time at each sighting so that everybody gets a good opportunity to photograph the subject. And the other interesting primate is pigtail macaques. We get to see them in this area. And this is a place where we see one of the largest crocodile in the world, the saltwater crocodile. This is a decent size. They grow much bigger than this. We also see small baby crocs as well. And this is the place where we get to see, we have high chances of seeing the wild orangutan. This is the infant we photographed from Kinabatangan River just few years back. And look at this male, well hidden. And we might just go by the boat next to the tree and we don't even spot them unless they don't move. This is a big male, well hidden in the amongst the leaves. And here, I'll just play the video. Before that, there is this mangrove plant called Nipa palm. And when there is a low tide, this is the place where we have high chances of seeing orangutans coming to feed on the new shoots, which is easily accessible during the low tide. So we stay in Kinabatangan Wetland Resort for 2 nights instead of one, so that we get this opportunity to go and try to look and photograph wild orangutans and other interesting wildlife. The place we stay also has a beautiful boardwalk, which we go during the day to see and photograph this carnivorous plant. You can see here the pitcher plant, which insects get trapped inside, falls down, and there's a liquid inside where it drowns and decays, and that's what the plant feeds on. So we get to see them on the boardwalk, and we also go do night walks here to see some interesting any nocturnal creatures, especially frogs, snakes, insects. We also do nocturnal night boat rides to see sleeping birds, and sometimes, if you're lucky, some interesting nocturnal animals. From here, we go to Sukau, which is again inside Kinabatangan Wildlife Sanctuary, which is an hour boat ride, and we go there and stayed there for a few nights. Why we do that? Because that's the place we have high chances to see this Bornean pygmy elephants. Uh, like the name suggests, they're not that really small. They're average 8 to 9 feet of height. They're slightly average size is small, but they're not really that small. But Sukao is the place where we have high chances to see this interesting elephant, and not always we see them, but we have very good chances, and sometimes the whole herd comes out and to the riverbank to roll on the mud and gives us enough opportunities to photograph them. When we are in Sukau, we take a short drive, 45 minutes, to go to Gomutang Caves. These are humongous caves where we go inside, where there are millions of bats and edible nest swiftlets. And during the evening, when we go, we stay out after visiting a quick tour inside the cave. We come out and wait for this hundreds and thousands of bats come out like a smoke coming out of a chimney, exiting the caves to go in and spend the whole night outside feeding on millions of mosquitoes and other insects. And uh, at that time, when it comes out outside, there are birds which are waiting to catch them, especially bat hawk. I'm not able to make great picture, but I got some record shots of a video here of bat hawk trying to hunt flying bats. Look at those bats, and that's a hawk trying to get them. So when we leave Kinabatangan and Sukau and go to our next destination, we drive through oil palm plantation, which is one of the main threat to Bornean Island. Oil palm plantation are now there where rainforest was before. Millions of acres of this land rainforest were cut down to grow oil palm, and we don't ignore that. On the trip, we stop, we look, we photograph, we discuss about it. It's a challenge. Oil palm is there to stay, unfortunately, but WWF and a lot of other organizations, including the government, is working on to see how they can make it sustainable and not to open up new forest for oil palm plantation. And the last place, and one of my favorite place to visit, is Danam Valley. This is the oldest tropical rainforest in the world, 130 to 140 million years old. Uh, Here we stay inside the rainforest in Borneo Rainforest Lodge, one of the beautiful lodge I ever seen, and you get wildlife and great views all around the place you stay. Here we mainly explore on foot. We get a chance sometimes great light and we walk in the open. Otherwise, we walk through the jungle looking for wildlife. And they have a fantastic canopy walk uh, to experience how the rainforest is from that height, and also to see and photograph some amazing wildlife in this area. One of the highlight of Danam Valley is the maroon langur or red leaf monkey. Look at the color, and this is our best place to see and photograph them. And they do come to the lodge. They're quite bold and gives us a great opportunity to see and photograph this very interesting looking creature. And our next chance after Kinabatangan to see wild orangutans are in Danam Valley rainforest. It's a challenging place, but we do have good chances to see them. We go try to track them. There are researchers who are tracking them. So if we get a news, we go try to find them. It's challenging because unlike other apes, orangutan is the only ape which is solitary. So they're not in troops at all, and it's not easy to track them. If there's a fruiting tree, especially a fig, then we have very high chances to see them. I mean, in terms of predicting them and to see and photograph them. Uh, and sometimes they do come very close to the lodge. We do see them on the trees, and sometimes we get opportunities like this, not always, but sometimes to see and photograph. Look at this big male came very close to the lodge, and we had great opportunity to follow him, photograph, and he crossed the road right very close to us. We also, during some trips, we get to see young ones playing right on the canopy. And this is all walking through the forest, and we are looking up and trying to photograph them. This gives you an idea how high, what kind of situation we get to see or try to photograph them. That was a very young male, and mother was nearby, and we spent the whole morning with this mother and infant, following them, photographing them, and viewing them. Danam Valley also has fantastic bird life. I'm not putting all the photographs we have taken of the birds, but this is the size of a peacock called great urgus. We hear them than we see them. It makes a really, really loud noise. Very interesting ground bird, great urgus. Uh, this Danam Valley rainforest has amazing smaller creatures, from lizards to small insects, the lanternbug, which all gives opportunity to photograph. And look at this weird creature. This is a mantis. Can you believe there is a mantis like this? Uh, the head is here. These are its four-limb to catch its prey, and the legs. Uh, it's mind-blowing place to see all these very weird, interesting, beautiful creatures. Here we do night walks where we get a great opportunity to see and photograph nocturnal creatures like amphibians and snakes. Not just that, we have a great chances, if you're lucky, to see one of the smallest primate, the western tarsier. They don't usually, we don't find them high up on the tree, but at eye level. So that's why all the nights we encourage our guests to come out for the night walks or the drives. We do night drive to look for this and the flying squirrel or anything nocturnal. And This is a place where your camera, which has works high ISO, comes into place. We don't use a flashlight in the camera. We have the other flashlight like the torch light, and the rim light is good enough for you to get a great pictures without using the flashlight from the camera. If we are extremely lucky, we get to see this creature I've seen only once, but during NATAP trips, other trips, people have seen them. This is the only good picture I got. This is the only time I regretted not having the latest DS mirrorless SLR with high ISO, but I was happy with the sighting and viewing of the clouded leopard. We also, on this photo trip, we take our guests to a watchtower, which we leave early morning for the sunrise, which is not usually we don't do that on the regular Borneo trip, where we go and wait for the sun to come, and we get some fantastic view of the landscape. And this is a wide angle photo opportunity. Uh, and sometimes we don't see sunrise at all, but the clouds and the mist makes a great opportunity for photos. Here to the right, this is the lodge. We have a lot of options of hiking in this Danam Valley, and one of the place we go is this trail up a small hill. From there, we get to see the whole forest and the lodge where it's situated. And the trees in Danam Valley are beautiful. This is one of my favorite tree called strangler fig. The many different species of strangler figs in Borneo and tropical regions of the world, and Borneo has a good diversity of them. And these are humongous. They're over 100 to 200, 150 feet high and really big. They get the name strangler because they start as a small plant on top of the tree where the seed were dropped by a bird, and slowly they send the roots down. And once the roots get to the ground, they start growing fast, and they start the journey way up on top of other trees. But once the roots get down, they grow faster. Fast can be relative in the rainforest, and as they grow bigger and bigger, they send more roots around the host tree, and they become so strong that they choke the host tree and kill them. And many decades later, 80, 100 years later, they stand like this with a lot of roots coming down and the host tree dead. And this tree is one of the main keystone species or lifeline of the rainforest, because uh, figs can fruit any time of the year, and because of that it supports wide variety of birds and primates and other animals to sustain. So in Danam Valley, we get to see this beautiful strangler fig and other big trees, and we can make some fantastic images. Uh, so thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity, and I, in this short time, I tried to cover uh, as much as I could and to show you some interesting images and creatures. I hope you all will get really excited, and some of you will sign up for this trip. Uh, we try to help everyone on this trip to get great images. We have local guides as well on this trip, and also Lord's Naturalist who's always there to spot things and help you and make these wonderful images. And Borneo, as I spoke earlier, is disappearing fast due to many different reasons. And the more people visit and appreciate, the people will protect this forest and this amazing creatures you find only in Borneo. Thank you very much.
All
Over to you,
right.
Robert.
All right. Thank you so much, Harsha. Now, before we start in with the question and answer session, I would like to remind everyone that if you do have a question, you can submit it via the question field in your control panel. Just go to the upper right corner. You'll see those three lines. Click on them, go down to questions, and that's where you can submit them. All right, so let's dive into the questions here. So Harsha, how long does the trip last for?
So the trip is around 13 days.
13 days. Okay, great. And how many
Yes.
people will be on this journey with me?
Yeah, thank you for asking. Photo trip, we take maximum 9. Non-photo trip, it's around 12.
Okay, great. And so, can you talk about what the main differences between the regular trip and the photo trip would be?
We on photo trip, like I was telling earlier, we concentrate on getting good images, not just spot and tick, oh, we have seen this, we have to go. So with the group, we spend a lot of time to make sure everybody gets a good picture. Any sighting happens, we spend a lot of time there instead of rushing and trying to look for other things. So we try to make good images. We also spend extra day at Kinabatangan Wildlife Sanctuary at one of the lodge, so that we improve our chances of seeing wild orangutans and other creatures. And thanks for asking. Actually, uh, during the day, especially the last 6 to 8 days we spend in the wild Kinabatangan and Danam Valley. Afternoons we get downtime. That's the time we spend actually uh, helping our guests, travelers, if they want to know about post processing and reviewing the pictures. Uh, so that they can take better pictures and learn more. So we spend a lot of time and concentrate on photography during this trip compared to the other trip. And we do visit some places which we don't go on the regular trip, like the Sunrise Watchtower in Danam Valley. Uh, yeah, things like that.
Great, thank you so much. Um, so, um, I'm sorry about that. Just lost my page. So, can you talk about how physical this trip is? Do I need to be in really good shape to do it? Is there a lot of hiking and walking that I need to worry about?
Uh, Good question. Physically you need to be fit. How can I say? Yes, uh, you should be able to walk at least 2 to 3 miles, uh, because there are some trails we take in Danam Valley which can be really challenging and for much longer distance. However, in Danam Valley we have options, and we have more guides with us so we can split the group. Otherwise, in other places, as we go as a group, you should be able to walk at least 2 to 3 miles. Uh, but it's not that we'll be going every day 2 to 3 miles. Depending on the sightings, we'll do less than 2 miles in some places, and most of the time in a flat area, except for Danam Valley, where we do go on the flat area, but also inside the forest it can be ups and down, no trails, slushy. You should be able to carry your gear with you, a backpack with water bottle, camera, etc. And most importantly, I think even if you do a lot of walks, running, hiking, do 3 4 miles a day, here you're in a tropical rainforest, it's warm and humid. Even if you don't do much activity, you feel drained because of the humidity and the heat. So you need to be prepared for that, and we actually help you with that. uh, we constantly remind you to hydrate. We always give you downtime to rest. Usually, we have seen a lot of guests want to do a lot of physical activity. We encourage and we have opportunities. However, initial days we tell them to slow down. take a good pace on this trip because just being outside in that humid condition will drain you. So this is the challenge we face. But we stay in air conditioned rooms, so you cool off during the day when it's really hot. That's the time we don't see much. We spend a lot of time in the mornings and late afternoons when it's slightly pleasant.
Great. Thank you so much, Harsha. Can you talk about footwear for a moment? What would you recommend that would be our best bet for this trip?
So comfortable walking shoes or something like Keens, which close toe sandals, because we'll be walking on boardwalks and in the forest trails. So there could be root coming, sticking out, or a nail coming out of boardwalks. So you don't want to hurt your toes. Covered shoes is always recommended because of insects and the pathway being muddy and stones and roots. When we go to the rainforest, that's where we actually, NATAB, we give everybody lead socks to wear over your regular socks and then wear your shoes. That's a place, the last 3 days we spend in Dan Valley, you need a good hiking shoes and leech socks, which we provide to protect you from leeches. Yeah, comfortable footwear, Keens, closed shoes to hiking shoes. These are the things you require during this trip.
And are mosquitoes something I'll need to worry about as well?
Oh, not at all. There are bats which will take care. No, no, I'm kidding. Yes, we have mosquitoes, usually dawn and dusk, and especially inside a dense vegetation. In a swampy area, we have mosquitoes. So we remind everybody before we go on a trip when we start to use bug spray uh, to get, and also full sleeves clothing if it's okay to wear to avoid mosquitoes. Yeah, bug spray is highly recommended on this trip.
Great, thank you. So let's talk about camera equipment for a moment. Is there a weight limit for my camera equipment? Are we going on any internal flights that will require me to have less weight?
So far, so many trips last few years in Borneo internal flights, they have not bothered to ask about the weight limit of the camera equipment. So we have not faced any of those challenges till now. If there's a change, NATAB will definitely let people know that there is a weight limit, etc. So far, there's been no weight limit. We have guests who have carried really big 600 lens with other equipment, really, really heavy stuff, and we have been fine when we travel domestic, when we use domestic flights.
Gotcha. Thank you for clarifying. Um, let's see. So let me ask you this. If I don't actually have a big camera or even a professional level camera, and I'm just using an iPhone, should I still come on the photo trip? Is that still going to be okay for me?
Oh yes, absolutely. Uh, any The best camera is the camera what you have, even it's a cell phone or a small aim and shoot or a prosumer camera, anything. Uh, it's But if you have interest in photography, then a cell phone, iPhone is absolutely fine. Uh, it doesn't work to come on a photo trip if you don't have interest in photography, because we'll, like I said, we'll be spending a lot of time trying to get good pictures. And if you're not interested in photography just for wildlife, sometimes we have seen guests lose interest. They say enough of pictures, how much pictures one has to take of the same thing. Let's go find other things, where still others have not finished photographing that creature. So cell phone is absolutely great as long you are interested in photography and have patience to wait for others. Yes, absolutely.
So, is there any issues with the heat and humidity wreaking havoc with camera gear? Is there anything I can do to protect myself from the elements while I'm out there in my gear?
uh, it doesn't get really hot. it does get humid and sweaty. So in the beginning of the trip, we also give small hand towels or advise them to carry small kerchief or hand towel to keep wiping the camera. Very rare cases I've seen camera not working. That's probably because the guest, while changing the lens or water went inside. Otherwise, I've not seen any of the camera having issue due to heat and humidity in Borneo on during the Borneo trip.
Great, thank you. So, are there snakes in Borneo? And if so, what kind are they?
There are. I showed you just, I think, one picture. I didn't put two pictures of the snakes. There are venomous and non-venomous, colorful, beautifully camouflaged. Uh, there are some snakes which stay in the same place. We get to see them, like the pit vipers. There are pythons, but not easy to see. They're so well camouflaged. What we see regularly on the trip are the small tree snakes, which are very colorful. They come out in basque. They're thin and really long, and there are king cobras, but very uncommon to see. Yeah.
Great, thank you. So, let me ask you this, Harsha. Is there one special moment or one amazing sight that you actually saw on the Borneo trip that you would like to share with us today?
Oh, there are quite a few. I share one or two. uh, I think I'll take it as is. So the picture I showed about of the clouded leopard, which was my first sighting last year, was truly magical. We on the night walk we came to know there was a clouded leopard was seen. When we tried to look for it, it just came out on the road and it made noise and went back in. And when we tried to follow it, to our surprise, it came out, called again, and two small cubs came out of the bush, followed the mother, and crossed the road. So that was a surprise for us, not to see one clouded leopard, but three. With that is mother with two cubs. So that was one of the best sighting recently I had of at Borneo.
Oh, great. Thank you so much for sharing that, Harsha. Unfortunately, that will be the last question that we do have time for today. So, I'd like to hand it back to you for your closing comments.
Yeah. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, everyone, whoever came to watch this webinar. Uh, Borneo is a really special place. I really hope you enjoyed looking at the photograph of these amazing creatures and do sign up for this photo trip. Thank you very much.
Harsha, thank you so much for taking the time to present for us today. And I'd also like to thank everyone who tuned in today. So if you are interested in information on how you can travel with NatHab, please give us a call at the number on your screen, or you can send us an email at info@nathab.com. Our adventure specialists are happy to help you out. And if you're part of a photo club and would like NatHab to speak to your members about nature and travel photography, email us at webinars@nathab.com. Join us tomorrow for our next daily dose of nature. You can check out this week's lineup, including registration links, on our website at nathab.com/webinars. We did record today's presentation, and we will have the replay available on our website soon. With that, I will conclude the webinar. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next time.